Hello everyone, welcome to Guru Talks. It's me Rahima Babayeva and I'm a graduate of University of Aberdeen. I'm going to be a moderator for today's session. Today our guest is Dr. Ahmed Abu-Sayed. Dr. Abou-Sayed is a founder of Advantic International and co-founder of Advantic Waste Management Services. Is a world-renowned specialist in hydraulic fracturing and its application for the recovery of unconventional resources, shale gas, tide formations, viscous oil, and deepwater reservoir exploitation, as well as for the disposal by injection of associated streams such as produced water, drill cuttings, CO2, and H2S. He has strong knowledge of technological issues related to environmental permitting and development oil field waste injection projects, regulations, and best practices. He has done his bachelor degree at Cairo University in Mechanical Engineering and Design. He is holding his Master of Science and PhD degrees from Brown University in he has participated in a worldwide reservoir development efforts and with EP companies in production geomechanics, fracturing stimulation, water management, water flooding, well integrity, and stability. He is the holder of 5 US patents and has authored over 100 technical papers and publications. He has received Outstanding Achievement Awards from both BP and ARCO in 1986 and 1993. He received the SB International Production and Operation Award in 2005 and SB Distinguished Member Award in 2000. He is a member of the SBS Board of Directors, serving as a Technical Director for Production and Operations, and was previously a member of the American Rock Mechanics Association, ARMA, Board of the Directors. He has been a Fellow of ARMA since 2009. Additionally, he was the SB Distinguished Lecturer from 1992 to 1993 in Advances in Hydraulic Fracturing Application. And also, he was a United Nations Advisor from 1979 to 1983 as a Technical Assistant Program for in Unconventional Energy Recovery, and member of the US-Japan NSP Exchange Protocol from 1982 to 1984. Dear Dr. Ahmed, we are happy that you are with us today.
Thank you so much for being generous with the introduction. I am happy to be here.
Thank you very much. Now I'm starting our first part of questions about early life. My first question is, where were you born and how would you describe as a child?
I was born in Cairo, Egypt, a long time ago. And as my mother used to say, I never had a more curious kid than you were. So I would describe my childhood as being curious, inquisitive, and love to read and learn. The example she gives me is that I used to read anything in print that comes to my hand, including containers of goods that I would be sent to buy, and I come back holding the goods in my hand and reading the bag, if you wish, because it was made out of newspaper. So this was my early childhood.
Amazing. So my second question, since we talked about childhood, when you were a child, what was your dream job and why?
When I was growing up, my grandfather was one of the very early engineering graduates in Egypt. As a matter of fact, he graduated 75 years exactly before I did. So I always looked up at him. He was an architect and very good at his work. And the University of Cairo Dome in Giza, as well as the House of Parliament in Cairo, both were designed by him. So I always wanted to be an engineer like my grandfather. But I did not want to be an architect.
That's nice. Thank you very much. So what do you like to do in your spare time?
Right now, I always like to read, to inquire into how things are built. So when I was a child, it's not unusual that I would disassemble and assemble things, toys and stuff like that I get, or build things out of raw material. And I've always been interested in investing and the economic cycle of life. So as a young kid in high school, I had an enterprise with our housekeeper, raising chicken and selling them to my family after they grow up.
Interesting.
That's just some anecdote about me when I was young.
Oh, that's nice. So what's your most memorable travel experience?
One of the things that I knew growing up that I loved traveling. And my dad used to travel in his work, and he took me with him. They were all trips within Cairo. So the bug of travel was inside me from long time. And after I graduated, and even when I was a student at the University School of Engineering, I went out to Europe 3 times in the summer and worked there as a work student in Germany, and enjoyed being there 4 months of each year during the college years. And after that, it was off to the world. I visited a total of 86 countries in my life.
That's impressive, 86. Well,
I will be adding 2 more this year.
Really? Which ones? If it is
I'm going to Zanzibar and Kenya.
That's very nice. Have a safe flight from now on.
Thank you. It's going to be a safari with my friends.
Perfect. This question is very interesting for me. What's an interesting fact about you?
The interesting fact about me is growing up and going to school, I started school at age of 2.5 years going to kindergarten. And I was reading then. And I was always younger than all my classmates by at least 2 years. So I grew up feeling being the black sheep and the guy that has to prove himself always. And I graduated one of the youngest Faculty of Engineering of Cairo University graduates before I turned 20. I jumped 2 years in school. I spent only 10 years going to schools instead of the normal 12.
Wow.
3 and 4.
Wow.
Instead of 6, 4 and 3.
Yeah, that's interesting. Thank you very much. It was very interesting. Thank you very much. So we are done with our first part.